Mic check.
Mic check, mic check. Oh yeah, it works. Okay, cool. Sorry, excuse me, guys.
Mic check.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the weekly VRLA Tech build stream. Um, your host today, David. No. uh, Today we're gonna be doing another build. We got a fractal case here. Let me start off by saying I hope you guys had a great week. Always forget to say that. Yeah, I hope you guys had a great week. We're back here on Friday. We got this fractal. What is this? Torrent. I always say Terra, but Terra is the smaller one. This one's still an ITX case though. It's the Torrent Nano. There are bigger versions of this one. Yeah, sweet little case here. It's an ITX case. So we're gonna toss in an ITX motherboard, X570 in there, gigabyte one. Pretty simple build, not too crazy. It comes with this giant 200mm fan in the front. And so we're just gonna toss another fractal fan there in the back of 120. And that's pretty much all it takes. Doesn't take any more fans, right? There is a bracket that comes in the box where you can like add more fans to the front if you didn't want that 200mm nano 200mm nano. If you didn't want that 200mm fan there, and you could add a radiator. So this is like a mount to mount more fans than a radiator. There are brackets to mount more fans than a radiator. We won't be doing that today. We're gonna toss A&D Wraith Prism cooler on there. I don't think I ever did that on stream. So yeah, this is gonna be more of an airflow build here. This is a great case. I like this case. It's a weird case. I think you still get some great airflow from it. The graphics card kind of breathes from the bottom because it's mounted like super low. It's kind of like a Terra or one of those like other ITX cases you see out on the market there. So, yeah, the graphics card will be bringing some intake into the fan from the bottom to the case from the bottom. And then you'll have like this giant fan here bringing the most of the intake, and then just a little tiny exhaust in the back. So, yeah, and it takes an ITX power supply. So yeah, super simple case here, but really neat, really cool looking. Nice to have on the desks there. Yeah, let's get started. We're gonna throw a 5600X into this motherboard here. We got the Gigabyte Aorus X570i Pro Wi-Fi. Cool little board here. Little cute little ITX board there. You can actually fit 2 NVMe's on this guy, so pretty neat for an ITX board. And then you get all the little goodies and doodads there. You get a little RGB. It's a 12 volt, so it's a little bit older. RGB header there, and then you get antenna, SATA, extra thermal pad, and a sticker, a little badge. Gigabyte Aorus badge. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Pluribus Unum, welcome back, man. Appreciate you always stopping by the streams here. How's it going? All right, so pretty simple little motherboard here. You do get this little giant heatsink there for those VRMs, but the rest of it's kind of bare. Then you get a fan with a nice heatsink for that NVMe there, so we'll be putting that on. I forgot how to take that thing off. I think it's just these 2 screws. We will see. Oh no, it might be from the back. I forget. Anyway, pop this 5600X in. So it's an AM4 board. So here we got another AM4 build here on the stream, just like last week. 5600X, great little CPU there. Can't go wrong. With a board like this, I would have liked to use maybe a higher end AM4 chip, but still really good. Um, guess because we're going with the air cooling. I mean, even with a 5950 air, this Prism pool, I think it would have done fine. This case has enough airflow for that. And yeah, we're throwing in what is this? 3000 megahertz DDR4 Trident Z RAM. I think we had the Royal RAM last week. This is just like the regular version of that G-Skill Trident Z. It's not the Trident Z Royal, it's just Trident Z. Um, yeah, 16 gigs here, so 8 gigs each. Simple. And then, yeah, you only get 2 DIMM slots on this board. It's all you really need. Again, if you wanted to like use a build like this with an ITX, you really want to max out what you're doing with it because you're only going to get those 2 slots. There's no upgrade in the future. You're going to have to remove these 2 to put more in. So you don't want to make a purchase like that. If it was to me, I would do the 64 gigs. Probably go 64 gigs on this guy, 32 each. And since it's DDR4, I would try to max out as much as I can. I think 32 is pretty stable. You could go 36. I even seen up to 4000 with some DDR4, but that's unstable territory. Might as well go DDR5 really if you wanted to go up towards that way. And then I would have went for like a 5800X 3D. But yeah, still really cool little build here. And let me figure this out. I forgot totally how to. I think. Yeah, I don't think that's the screw. I think there's one screw in the back here. No, I'm actually wrong. How do you take this guy off? I forgot. It actually might be these 2. Just pop off. No, I think it is these 2 screws. To get the NVMe in there. Oh yeah, yeah, it has to be. Those are long. Wow. It's cool all these little innovations they try to do for these ITX boards. I was working with the ROG one recently, and wow, you can stack up 3 NVMe's on the heatsink they had there. They had a fan kind of similar to this one here, but we'll move that fan's heatsink little combo there. Actually, we'll move it off to the side here because I need to access the screw. Oh, and here's what the okay. So I think you would put the thermal pad here and then place it down on the back. We're not gonna do that. This NVMe is not so powerful. It's just a test NVMe, one of my test NVMe's. But I would probably go with like, again, maxing it out. Go like a 2 terabyte. You get one more slot on the back of the board. So you could go 4 terabytes. I would do 2, and then 2 on the back. Yeah, if you really want to max it out, I mean, I guess you could go 4, 4. And I think there's even companies that make like an 8. Boom, pretty simple. And then this guy goes back on. So, and put that screw down there. Did I do this correctly? I lost my regular driver for the NVMe. There we are. Make sure it was a little tight, not too much. But yeah, just to show off the back here. So you could get that extra NVMe slot there. Boom, boom. This doesn't have like a heat sink or anything, so that's why I probably go with like the 2 TB over there, like maybe like a one that has some VRAM cat or some DRAM cache there, and then the back one just a simple one without any cache or anything, because you don't want that guy to overheat. There's no like dispersion there.
So many YouTube asked, have you seen the new Corsair cases?
The new Corsair cases, which ones? I think we built with a couple of the new ones on stream. We did the 3500, we did the 2500X, we did the 6500X and D. If those are the ones you're talking about, I think they actually did announce a couple more. We might get those in. We're in talks with them, but those are the ones that we so far have been building in and showcasing on stream. So hopefully those are the ones you're talking about. I did see like some other ones getting announced too, though. Well, maybe I'm wrong. All right, we got the AMD Wraith Prism. I don't know if you guys ever seen this cooler before. It's basically like the RGB version of their Wraith cooler, but just more giant heat sink and probably same fan blades though, but just bigger heat sink, bigger copper plate, better heat dispersion. Yeah, cool little CPU cooler. I think the last one it shipped with was with like the 3950X. I don't think it shipped with any of the 5000 series. I might be wrong though. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. You were using it with a 5950X. You'd probably want something better. I mean, it probably could still handle it though. It's a pretty good cooler, depending on how the airflow is in your case too. It's not bad. Oh, wow, Jesus. There we go, being clumsy. Yeah, it's not bad. Nicked the box, not the motherboard, thankfully. All right, let's go into the header here, fan power header, and it's using these clips. So I haven't actually used one of these coolers in a while, and not on stream, I don't think. But it uses these little clips that come standard on every AMD motherboard. Usually people just take these things off. I don't think people ever use coolers that use these things. Pretty neat. It's pretty simple. Gotta hook them in. It does get a little bit complicated, but boom, it's already on. And then you just move this latch here, and now it's locked on tight too. Really good, and it comes pre-pasted. So right on AMD there with this cooler, really cool cooler, really nice cooler, really cool cooler. It actually is a pretty good cooler too. You get 2 heat pipes, but they kind of loop around, so it's kind of like technically like 4 heat pipes. Just want to move this wire, kind of tuck it in there so it looks neater. Boom. So yeah, neat little setup here. I love these ITX builds. I mean, look, your whole PC is like basically right there. I do want to plug these in though. This is where it'll probably get a little bit ugly. I'm gonna go around this way with this. So this is gonna be to control the RGB through a USB 2.0. And then you have another cable here that you can control it through a 12 volt. So this is RGB, it's not ARGB. But I think through the software you get more options on what you can do with your RGB. I'll plug both of them in, why not? You don't have to, you can do one or the other. just to showcase it. Why the heck not? We'll go with USB 2.0. Actually, the RGB header's here, and then there's USB 3.0, which I do need to use. That's going to obstruct things, so actually I'm going to take this 12 volt 4-pin. Don't need that. That was close, dude. I nicked the box. Nicked the box pretty good in the corner here, too. And, yeah, that would have definitely done some damage to the PCB or took out a little capacitor or something. Transistor. Whoops. Now, to deal with this, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Maybe just zip tie like that. Or just have it kind of just hanging around. When I mount it in the back of the case, it'll be flat. So let's get there. We got the Torrent, the Fractal Torrent Nano. If you want to switch to the front camera. Pretty neat case here. It's glass on both sides. Pretty cool. I don't know why you need glass for the back though. What are we doing there? I don't know. Like can't even see anything, you know, you can't. Oh, okay, I'm like blinding you guys. Yeah, I don't know. That's cool. You can see like your cable management. If you ever need to like fix anything, it's like viewable. Pops right off. I know there are 2 screws. I took them off recently when I was checking out this case. So you pop the top off, and then you get some 2 screws back on the top here, and then you pop that panel off. Leave this on the side. And then this one also 2 screws or 1 screw. Actually, both sides 1 screw, and then it pops off as well. I don't know why they needed to do that. You can just have it pop on and off. I guess they want to be extra secure. And yeah, then you just get this little guy to work in. You get the little screws and stuff. You get a hard drive bay here, so you can only put 1 hard drive or 1 SSD. So I mean, everybody using NVMe nowadays anyways. But if you wanted a little extra storage, I'll probably take it off though. Maybe put it back on towards the end. I just want to have a little bit more space for cable management. So we're going to take that guy off. You could actually put a controller there if you're going to use a controller or something. Then you get this cable management, a little area here. You can probably just do that and then put it back on because it did obstruct this little strap here that they provide for the cable management. And it's cool too. You get a little RGB strip on the top here, by the way. That's pretty cool. And it is a 5 volt 3-pin, which that actually is going to give us a little bit of an issue here. Because this motherboard doesn't have a 3-pin connector. We could put it on like a controller. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do it on a controller. Can you bring me a controller here? Sorry. One of those like Cooler Master ones or just anything with a 3-pin.
Oh.
Yeah. And some zip ties. All right, I fulfilled my look earlier. I was supposed to grab zip ties. I didn't grab them. They're like, "Oh, you're so fake." I actually did fulfill it because I did not remember a controller. So there you go. I fulfilled the running joke or mistake I always do on stream here about forgetting something. But let's get this guy in here. No I/O shield because it's built right into the motherboard, so I don't have to deal with that. Actually, I misspoke. You could actually fill 2 more SSDs on the back plate here. I'm gonna take that off so I just have a little bit more access to the back of the board. So yeah, you can actually fit a whole HDD 3.5 inch and then 2.5 inch drives 2 here, or you could have 3 if you didn't want to use the 3.5. You can just use a 2.5 on that guy on the top here, and then 2.5 inches on the back side here. So pretty neat stuff. But yeah, let me lay that back down, pop this motherboard in here. And the cool part about this build is that the power supply could be exhaust for the top actually. So when we put the power supply here, you can see the grills there. It's all cut out. The power supply will actually suck the air from the inside and blow it out the back. So the power supply kind of acts like a exhaust fan. I don't know if I'm too much of a fan of that. I don't know if I like that. Because then the power supply is getting hot air, so I don't really know if I like that design that we see a lot of these manufacturers going with, but I mean, it is what it is, and it's when you're doing these small cases, sometimes you gotta compromise, you gotta kind of innovate, try to come up with something that makes sense, you know, because you are trying to close up the space here, so. My Cooler Master had one where the power supply was mounted up here, and it was an intake fan from the front, but nobody really liked that design either.
Sound good?
No, like you know that Cooler Master one,
No.
or the Montech one,
Oh, okay.
like those
Where are those
ones.
at? I don't think I
There's a box of them.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Where the B550s used to be on that area.
Oh, okay.
All right, this just shows 4 screws with an ITX board as well. But this thing is actually obstructing. So let me see what I can do here. Maybe come from the bottom. Or you know what? I'm just actually gonna unplug it, go through the back, and then come back around. That makes way more sense. Yeah, that's actually way better. And that way, nice. So one of these screws, one of these standoffs actually catches onto the motherboard, and I wasn't able to accomplish that with having that wire in the way. But now it caught on. So now we just have to put the screws. And again, ITX board only uses 4 screws. Oh, you know what? It's Fractal, and these are the Fractal's always doing some weird stuff. These are not actually the motherboard screws, even though on every other case these would be the motherboard screws. These are the motherboard screws. Fractal, what the heck? Okay, nobody really clean out right here. Thank you. Thank you, Jim. Welcome back to the stream too, man. Yeah, I have to get a cut. It was getting kind of long. All right. Oh yeah, this is the V-True one. Okay, cool. Yeah. We're gonna use a V-True controller for all the RGB stuff here.
Fit. Unscrew it. The box.
And just put it like that.
And put it on, and then you can screw it back on once the RGBs.
Oh, yeah, it's one of those. Okay. All right. Yeah, so sometimes if your board doesn't come with the correct stuff, you can get controllers like this to kind of help you out with your build, guys. It's not the worst thing in the world. And it kind of like brings new life to a board that would otherwise be e-waste. I mean, this board's great. It's not e-waste at all. All right, so we got those 4 in. As you can see, it's just 4 screws in each corner. But sweet little build. You get that RGB strip there. RGB on this fan, and then we'll put another fan right here. So yeah, nice RGB. You want to flip to the front? I'm actually gonna mount the fan right now. Why not? Now this is probably gonna be a fast one, guys. I'm not gonna lie. There's not much to do here on this build. I mean, I got one fan to put in, deal with a little bit cable management, um, power supply, GPU, and this is a fast one. It's a small build. I just wanted to showcase for you guys. Um, we did a couple fractal builds before, so just wanted to showcase it. Little tiny build. We did that Terra, which was actually really crazy. That one was fast too, but I did run into some mistakes where it made it a little bit longer, and you guys were chatting me up and stuff. I was talking about it a little bit more too. Um, but I mean, this one's quick. But we'll see. I think we can hang around a little bit. Um, yeah, this just having literally one fan that I have to mount here just cuts down the time so much. Um, but these builds are cool. We did the little like poll one time where I showcased like I think it was 4 different ITX builds. This wasn't one of them, and you guys chose the Terra, and we haven't come back to doing an ITX build since. So it's nice to come back to it finally after months, almost a year, I think. After the second coat of the floor paint in our new shed. It's hot hell in here. Oh man, I forgot where you are. You in Southern California too, or was it Arizona, Jim? Uh, yeah. I'm glad I'm not you right now. uh, Oklahoma, close. Yeah, I actually do remember now that you mentioned that. Oh man. Uh, Oklahoma, sheesh. It's hot out there too, I'm guessing. Then it's cool. It's cooled down a bit now out here. We were like in the hundreds. What is it now today? We were in the hundreds for a good like 2 weeks, week and a half. Oh, 83 today. Wow. Okay, that's a drastic change. I was expecting like at least 95. I was out there a little bit earlier. It wasn't bad. But yeah, we were in the hundreds, 105. It was just terrible, but I'm glad to be back in the 80s. Let's go through. Oh, this is bizarre. These ITX boards are so crazy. Where's the? Oh, it's in the middle. Wow, that's nuts. Okay, well, I guess we'll do that. I'm just gonna pull them through and then flip it over. I think that's the smarter thing to do. Pull them through, flip them over. And we do have a USB-C. So we have two USB 3.0s, a USB-C, a headphone, mic, reset button, power button. But this board doesn't come with a USB-C header, so we're gonna need to buy a uh, little converter piece for this guy. So that one will just move to the side for now. And when we buy that converter piece, I can add it to this build here. Oh, or get a different board. 92 now here. Oh, 92 is not bad. But yeah, when you're working outdoors in 92 in a shed, might as well be 100. Starting to warm up again here in North Texas. All right. I'm gonna go top down. So, I don't know if you guys see this, kind of dark, but uh, we got the power button stuff right in the middle here. It's usually down here, but with these ITX boards, that's just crazy. I'm not a fan of that, but it's not bad actually. It just makes it now like the cable management's now just like 10 times worse because of that. Oh, I actually plugged in the reset button in the wrong spot. Boom. Okay. Got that out of the way. Then we'll come back in with this USB 2.0 for the cooler RGB. And then the 3.0 right next to it. And this is audio, which is relatively in the same spot as a regular motherboard. All right. Enhance, please. Can I get some more lighting here? Maria, maybe one of those. It's a little bit warmer today. The not the weather, the lighting. Just had a little bit warmer lighting here. I like it. I like the little yellow light, but you guys can't see much. It's that way. Oh, that kind of helped it, folks. Can you zoom in maybe a little bit, Jerry?
It's because it's black. The black.
Yeah, to the black case. Usually we're doing like white cases. So.
Kind of zoomed in all the way.
Just a little bit. Maybe make it taller.
Can you see everything? Right?
Nah, it's all good. Try to add more lighting, but.
Or just turn on one of the lights.
Oh yeah, actually.
Same.
Same?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's no, it's a little bit better. It's a little bit better. But yeah. So, power button, reset button, 3.0, 2.0, audio. I don't know. These ITX boards are funky. All right. But we could go back to front cam anyways now. This is the real challenge.
Yes.
Actually, they give you this little bracket back here to kind of help out with the cable management. That's pretty neat. So we could actually do that. Utilize that. Oh man, putting this CPU connector is going to be wild. Getting this, that's going to be a wild time. Getting this power supply in there for sure is going to be wild. But yeah, get this little bracket back here, pre-installed. So it's just regular with the case. And you just, these Velcro straps, just boom, get this in there, lock it up, and boom. And same thing on the bottom one.
Camera turned off.
Uh-oh. Thought those were the ones that last longer. Maria.
It's dead.
Oh, I got the new batteries. They last longer. Uh-huh. this cable, well, we can go down there with it, I guess. Yeah, why not? Do that. And we'll add the controller. So the controller is just gonna be off SATA, and to control the RGB, you just use like a little remote that comes with it. So it's not gonna be connected to the motherboard, but that's fine. We can go fan one. Where am I gonna even mount this guy? Maybe up here. That'd be cool. Up there. Yeah, I like that. I like how that's. I like that. That's not bad. And all this stuff could just get connected to it and zip tied there. Boom. You can go back to the front if you want. Boom. Boom. No, it's not bad actually. Come up this way. Oh, this one's weird. And boom. Pretty neat, pretty neat. Like this. Now all this can kind of get zip tied together. Actually a strap here. Not the best. Never the best. No. Yeah, this could all get zip tied together right there. This can be zipped here. Something like that. You go top down. So I put the controller up here. There's a little Velcro strap that we get with the case. Again, that's under this like hard drive bit that goes here. Take that guy off. And then we go in, put this controller here. You get the RGB wire that comes from this strip on the side. Plug that in. Front fan, plug the RGB and the power in. Back fan over here. And just a couple zip ties just to keep everything together. And that Velcro strap to hold the whole controller down and stuff. It's kind of magnetic too on the back. So that's kind of helping it stay there too. And then we just toss this guy back on, I believe. Yeah. Boom. Now it's kind of like hidden and looks neater. Still get your drive right there. I'm going to still just take it off for a second just so I can have more access while I get this power supply in. And just do a little bit more cable management back here. Yeah, it all works out actually. It's a neat little build. I really like this how it looks and stuff, and I'm not really too disappointed with the build quality here. It's not bad. I'm gonna zip tie this cooler cable back here too. Why not? Now, I've seen some crazy builds in here where people max these out as much as they could. Again, you probably want to if you're going with such a small build. Utilize as much space as you can.
Someone on YouTube asked, can an i5 13600K and 3060 with 32 gigabytes of RAM get 240 FPS in Fortnite?
A 13400,
600.
600,
Okay.
and
36.
3060, 230 in Fortnite,
240.
240 in Fortnite. No. What do you have, like 1080? Maybe. No. You'd probably be like 160 or something.
On
Oh.
low settings, maybe.
Maybe low setting, yeah. Low settings 1080. Nah, I think you're gonna be around like 160, 180, no? $160 probably. Which is not bad. I mean, you're above the 144 hertz, so you're there for sure. You are there for sure. You going back there? Oh, nice. That's cool. Do that. Yo, top down. Right. So just doing some zippies back here, y'all. Making it as neat as possible. Now with these cables, I like to like go behind. But that's not bad, and I already have this all kind of dealt with, so just gonna mount it kind of there. Still look very neat. Probably actually just go down the middle too. I love cutting zip ties. It's like one of the best sounds and feelings. Cutting the ends of zip ties. That's how low the bar is. Excitement level in my life. It's cutting zip ties, y'all. Nah. But yeah, I think I want to go down the middle actually here instead. It looks way neater. Wow, that's actually a really good design they came up with there. And you could add another zip right here. Maybe another one down here. I'm really digging it. This cable, not too much of a fan of, but really pretty good solution. If they had like another spot here, I think I could just go with the Velcro, I guess. Open that up. You guys see that? Put these cables in. Open up the other Velcro. It's weird because they kind of have a traditional case design where the power supply would be on the bottom with this Velcros here on the side and these mounting spots, but there is no CPU power cable that's going to run that way because the power supply is not on the bottom. So I don't even know what that would even be used for. Thank you. Thank you. This. Yeah, I mean it's look again like these newer cases they manage themselves, especially with these little brackets that come in a lot of these. Like Corsair loves to do that. Fractal loves to do that. yeah, I mean, imagine itself. And these will probably hide up there with the power supply. Yeah, it's pretty much done on that front. Let's go with popping this power supply in now. You want to switch on over to the front. Today we got a Corsair SF850L power supply here. Too many donuts for me today. Not enough. Today we also have sprinkle donut. It's so good. All right. But I got all this frosting on me. Too many donuts today. Yeah. We got Corsair's SFL series power supply here. It's the SF850L. Cool little tiny power supply. You cannot fit an ATX power supply into this case. So you're gonna need an ITX, which is funny enough. It's an ATX 3.0 power supply. So these weird naming schemes are falling apart now. It's a small form factor power supply. The ATX 3.0 is really just about the 12-volt high power connector that comes with it. So that way you can use it with the 4000 series NVIDIA cards. So weird little naming scheme there, but yeah, it's an ATX 3.0 SF850L from Corsair. Really cool little guy. 80 plus gold, cybernetics standard, and for the decibels for the sound test, and cybernetics platinum for the efficiency test. So really good power supply here. Actually, there is a 0 RPM mode, so you can turn off the fan if you really wanted to have a quiet, really quiet build. So really cool from Corsair there. I mean, you can see the guy on the side here. It's tiny, right? It's really tiny. I think that's a 120 millimeter fan in there, but essentially, like, it's not much bigger than that, right? Because the normal ones, I think, also have a 120 in them, and they're much bigger. But yeah, and we won't need much connectors here on this board. We got one 8-pin for the CPU, 24-pin, and then the 12-volt high power, and then we'll just need one SATA for the controller, and that's about it. So really cool power supply. If you're looking to do one of these small builds, I would recommend that from Corsair there. That is not a plug. We're not sponsored by Corsair, really. I guess we kind of are, but that's not me shilling for Corsair. You guys heard me also criticize Corsair before. But yeah, really good power supply. I would use this in one of my builds for sure. And it's gonna be a top mount. Oh, you know what? Darn, I do actually. I didn't know you could fit. Maybe I was wrong, guys. Was I wrong this whole time? Can you fit? Can we fit regular power supply in here? I did not realize that. But we do get the bracket to be able to fit this guy in there. Wow, now I feel stupid. I thought when I reviewed this case that you couldn't fit a regular power supply in there. Maybe this one from Corsair is just a little bit smaller than those other ITX boards or ITX power supply. I'm not sure. How are we gonna get this guy? that over. Yeah. Okay, so you do get a little bracket with it anyways to be able to fit the ITX in here anyway. I would probably still recommend doing this if you're really going to max this case out and have like so much stuff that you're really out of space. This would provide just a tad bit more space for cables or whatever else you wanted to try to include here that you would need controllers and stuff if you're using like a lot of RGB stuff. And so yeah, I would still kind of recommend that. Now, I think you got to put everything through here. And then mount it back. I could have sworn when I was reviewing this that it needed an ITX case. All right. No, that's sweet, actually. I'm digging that. Maybe before I mount, I should plug in this guy, though. This 8-pin connector is going to be gnarly to get in there. There's a cutout on the top here, but the power supply lives on top of that cutout. And on this motherboard, that 8-pin connector is just in the corner. It's so gnarly. Probably won't even be able to do it. This is worse than the... Oh, yeah, this is the hardest one I've ever had to deal with. This is worse than the... Wow. This is worse than the... Was it the Air Mini that I was working on one time on stream? Oh my god. Might have to take the board out. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm taking the board out, guys. And drop that. Wow. All right. This one's gnarly. I wish there was a way to take that top part out and then just plug it in, pop it back on, but look at a car radiator fan, yeah. 200mm fan, and it's thick. We had like these other cases where they came with a 200mm fan, but they were really skinny. And this one's like triple, double those. Gnarly. Okay, I'm really quickly gonna take it out real quick. Pop this connector back on. On. If you want to go top down so I can show them what I'm talking about there. I think I got it. Yes, I got it. You guys see how gnarly that is on camera probably. This connector is like all the way in this corner here. I have to take out the board real quick, plug it in, and then just put it back. You'll see how deep in the corner. There's no way you can do it without. That's gnarly. It's like, talk about cars. It's like, you know, like when there's some part you have to get to and you just like have to take out like so many different things to just get to that one part on a car. Mercedes is like infamous for that. You gotta take out your like turbo and all this stuff just to, oh my god. That screw is not going anywhere either. Maybe either here. And there's a screw that has to go back in that corner. Wow. I'm like, couldn't even see where I was screwing in. Any German car, right? Yeah, it's like Fractal from Germany. I wonder where this brand is from. I don't even know. I never even looked into it. That would be so funny though. Wow, this is gnarly. Right, I do need more screws here. Let me see if no. You give me power supply screws, please. You got some there? Well, while we wait on some power supply screws, I'll have more donut. Oh my god. Well, that was a greasy donut. So good, y'all. Oh, it's falling apart. All right. Thank you, sir. Okay, so you guys see it's up here. I did put the bracket to fit this little guy there. And then you just gotta screw it in. No. All right. Did not strip that one. Okay. How is this even gonna work? Pop back up to the front. Oh, okay. No, I got an idea. Over that. This back. This. Oof. Maybe this one through the front too. We'll see once we mount that in. Just gonna plug in this 24 pin, the motherboard. Oh, that's tight too. That's not going anywhere. Don't even need a zip tie that. That's just there, existing. Yep, no need for a zip tie for that one. This guy will plug in the controller. Has two SATAs for the controller. We'll go. Oh, we can tuck that into the side here. Okay. Go like this. And actually, I'll tuck it to the side. It's zip tied and then tuck it to the side, but that's fine. Well, that's neat. That's sweet. That's neat and sweet. And I think this will be long enough for GPU, hopefully. All right, and this guy we can just stuff back here too. That's neat. So no zipping needed really. Oh yeah, Miatas. Jerry would know a thing or two about those, huh? Car guy. Jerry's the car guy around these parts. Would you drive a Miata, Jerry?
Nah, too small.
But you get to wink your blinkers. All right, let's switch on over to the front cam here. Wink your blinkers, huh? Today we got a what is this? A Zotac 4080, white. I know, it goes perfect with an all black build, guys. Yeah, dude, Miatas are cool, man. I saw a video of like the inventor of the Miata was like, it. He invented another car. I forgot what is it? The RSX something? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But he was like, he has more fun driving the Miata, even though the other one's better. All right, just a 2-slot 4080 here. That's bizarre. Slot this guy in here. Ooh, it's gonna be a tight, real tight one. Actually, this might be this might kill the build right here. Might need a different card. Oh yeah. Oh no, that's just really tight. Wow. You got like less than an inch, less than half an inch of clearance between this card here and that front fan. Amazing. Five ten for a perfect fit. No way, I'm also 5'10". Even though Jerry doesn't believe it. I haven't actually ever been in a Miata. Jerry drives a Supra. He's talking about a Miata's too small. Dude drives a Supra. I could have went through that other. I'll go through there. It looks a little bit cleaner. Right? He's talking about Miata's too small. Dude drives a Supra. How am I gonna do this? Oh, that's actually a little bit too tight now. Maybe if I like that. Oh, actually, perfect fit. Jeez. Okay, there we are. It's a little beauty. As you can see, the GPU is basically going to be bringing in the bottom intake. So the GPU itself is the intake. It's kind of like that fractal Terra build we did. That GPU is going to be bringing in intake. That front fan is going to be bringing in intake, and the power supply and this back fan are going to be the exhaust. So cool little build. And we could toss on this hard drive bay, so you actually don't lose your option of adding a hard drive. And we could even toss the SSD bay back on there too, so you don't lose that option. Where did that go even? Just like that? Oh, not like this way. Oh, okay. So you don't lose any of your options here. And You still have access to that NVMe back there too. Sweet, sweet little build. Out of all these little ITX builds, I think this one actually they did really well on like making sure they didn't make any blunders like Corsair. And then we can throw the top panel back on too. Boom. Sweet little build. I told you guys it's gonna be a fast one today. Just because it's so small and there's not much to do to it. But I guess that's what makes it awesome too about these kind of builds. If you're building it at home and you know you're a first time builder or something like that. Sweet, sweet little build. I'm just hoping the RGB works. Had a couple blunders before, so that's what I'm hoping for. Let's get this plugged in. And you guys let me know if you want it turned on. It's all up to y'all. Oh my god, I was sitting on frosting this whole time. Wow. Got frosting all over me. Well, might as well kill the donut. Let's get it. All right. The pluribus said so. Let's go. Instant RGB. We didn't have to wait for it to even boot loop or cycle. Can't really see. There you go. You can kind of see it now if I move it that way. I do like these. They're spaced out pretty well, so it's not obstructing the airflow there. Oh, they went purple. Oh, that's crazy. Do we have one of those remotes? Can you grab one of those remotes?
Oh,
Change it, yeah. Yeah. And there's like a mesh behind this like little like design here, so that will catch the dust for sure. But gives it enough perforation, I guess is the right word. So that way it doesn't obstruct the airflow coming in. Same thing down here. There is like a little mesh dust cover there, so that way the GPU doesn't intake a lot of dust, and then you get the does that one work?
I saw when I came with that one.
Oh yeah. How do we? Oh. Or the other. Oh, blue. Oh, okay. Oh, there we are. That just. Since I use his controller comes with this little. The controller comes with a controller. I think that's just the standard RGB there. Turn off the lights. Yeah, pops out more. So the Wraith cooler does have a little thing on it where you can make it faster somewhere. Ow. Somewhere. If I can reach it. Okay, that's faster. And you can change the RGB on that Wraith cooler from the motherboard. And it has the ring and the fan. And then this fan is RGB. That one there. That looks sweet with the rainbow, I guess. Look better than when it was like just purple or whatever. All right. Oh, I could turn off this fan. This light too, actually. Whoa. There we go. And you get a little RGB off the RAM too, so it would have to be like one of the fastest ones. Oh no, we took about an hour or two. All right. Yeah, right. That front fan's just look. We can knock on that fan all we want. 200mm fan. You're gonna get a nice airflow. The whole case is gonna just have that nice pass through right there. So yeah, I love that front fan too. It makes sense too. Why have like a bunch of other little tiny fans? Just might as well go with one giant fan. Nice little RGB strip there. I like that little add-on they did there. That comes with the case. Wasn't anything I added. All right. Well, another one in the books. Yeah, thank you guys for stopping by. We'll be back next week with another build. Don't know what we're doing next week. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully we get to the new cooler. Yeah. There's Tricks. I don't know how to say that company's name, but they have an awesome cooler. It's kind of, I don't even know how to describe the screen. It's like one of those screens you see in like New York and like in what's that area called in New York? Times Square, where like the screen, there's that screen where it looks like the thing's popping out at you. The video is kind of like 3D. Well, Tricks, I don't know that company. They made an AIO with that type of screen in the pump area. So maybe we'll showcase that in the NV9. Is it Fantex NV9 case? Hopefully, maybe if not, we can just keep your eyes peeled. We'll do a different build. But yeah, hope you guys had a great week. And thank you for stopping by these Friday streams, hanging out with me. And I'll see you guys next week. Have a great week.